Epic Prompt knows a good thing when it sees one. Just like the common and rare iterations before it, this epic Wublin combines signature styles with its two original source eggs. Don't mess with success, they always say. Wake up the Wublins, Prompts always say. Is that a rock? Or a rock lobster? Neither. It's the epic Zenth. Some have purported that this epic Wublin and a certain poison quad from Zowi's workshop share a few too many traits for it to be a coincidence. The multiple eyes and distinctive raptor arms posture, to name a few. The allegation of creative plagiarism alone is enough to scandalize, but it's just a happy accident, the Wubbox assures you. Spooky. The ominous epic poke prefers to operate by flickering candlelight, instead of the bright, lurid displays of electrical illumination on its native island. The fire element's guiding presence is certainly felt in the manifestation of this epic Wublin, even though the very sight of it is enough to send chills down your spine. What happened to Epic Frog's face? Swapping a furry form for a volcanic exterior, the epic Wublin's features have melted down into molten nothingness. Oh wait, scratch that. We have a confirmed sighting of something travelling up and down the length of the monster's tongue. Although, can it really be considered a tongue when it's the dissolved contents of your former face? Everything's a drum! Everything's a drum! Epic drum roll is the proof you didn't know you needed for the old ages. One mon's trash is another mon's treasure. With a drum kit assembled from the kinds of do-that and doodlebugs you'd find in a strewed in a garden, even the insectoid Epic Wublin himself seems perfectly at home down at ground level. The Wubbox was first developed as an experimental product deep underground on Ethereal Island in the Pocket Dimension, long before the contemporary era of the monster world. In a crowded workspace, however, even the most diligent of creators can sometimes misplace a few early prototypes. This is what happened with the epic Wubbox of Ethereal Island, the subspecies representing the earliest, most primitive version of the Hex Elemental. Consigned to dwell in darkened corners and forgotten nooks, it ripened under the unending influence of the host colossal's brainpower, and as Zauri is an inventor in their own right, it was only natural. It was only ethereal for some of those traits to be passed on. Once it achieves its powered-up form, it's obvious at a glance that the Ethereal Epic Wubbox is a bit different. It has taken on the mantle of a hermetic outsider, recalling its wayward beginnings as the prototype form on which all future Wubbox would be based. The asymmetry and haphazard placement of its physical moving parts suggests a consciousness that is disordered and chaotic, but that is anything but the truth. A mastermind that could rival Zauri themselves, this caped and kooky ex-lord installed itself as the owner and operator of the World Wide Web, or WebNet, the virtual network accessible to all Wubbox. There it lurks, occasionally venturing into the chat to cryptically comment on the conversations of its fellow supernaturals and super ethereals.